The past few weeks, a guy has been popping up on my feed. He's a detransitioner and, according to him, a brand new Catholic. So I won't get into the inconsistencies of his story, nor will I get into how I don't think it's very wise to platform someone or yourself when you're like a brand new Christian. Others have covered these things already. But just last week, this person came out again as a trans woman saying, "I can't hate myself any longer." What we're dealing with is not only confusion about gender, but also confusion about sin, about who we are, and more importantly, about what it means to follow Jesus. So let me explain. First, sin is real. The Bible actually teaches that sin can feel like it's part of us. The Apostle Paul himself says, "I do the very thing I hate." So there's a real battle inside. Yes, it can feel like this is who I am, but Scripture makes a distinction between us and the sin that dwells in us. For some, gender confusion is real, but what feels real isn't always what's right. Second, sin doesn't just affect what we do and feel, it affects how we think. Scripture says our minds can be set on the flesh, so when our reasoning begins with, "I think," or "my heart," we gotta remember what we think is true isn't always what's actually true. Maybe you've told a trans-identifying loved one that this is sin, and they're deeply affected. And you're thinking, "I'm just calling this sinful behavior. Why are you so upset?" Here is why. How can he begin to comprehend this is sinful behavior when he doesn't even view it as behavior? Thomas Neeza believes his sin is who he is. Many of you know my story. For almost an entire decade, I identified as a gay man. Then God saved me. Before I knew Christ, I couldn't hate my sin without hating myself. Now that I know Jesus, I can hate my sin without hating myself. This is the power of the gospel. Jesus says, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." Denying yourself is not self-loathing. It's how we follow Jesus. If you're looking for a discipleship resource to help you and your kids understand sexuality and gender with biblical clarity, visit HolySexuality.com. We already have one for teens. Then one for teens ages 9 to 12 is coming June 2026. And even one for little kids ages 4 to 8 is coming end of 2026. So let me finish with this. Sin darkens the mind. Christ renews the mind. Now go and follow Jesus.